fancy internet people. Good morrow. Welcome back to another vlog. It is July 4th. It is a Friday. I got my little sidekick, Mr. Banjo, here with us. Say hello, Mr. Banjo. Sit. Yuck. Hold on. Oh my goodness. He's all wet because of the rain. But I have no idea what we are going to be doing today. I do know that I need to clean, and I do know that I need to go to the grocery store. So at some point, those two things will have to be done. And I do know I want to work out. But man, I'm still contemplating the couch to 5K thing. I really, really am. I think I want to do it, right? But I don't want to bust out and be like, oh, I'm doing it when I haven't even done like my first walk. Right? I keep waiting to do my first walk, but then I keep not doing it. Isn't that how it goes? You just keep waiting and waiting, and then you just never end up doing it. But I have done a little bit of workout, and the rain's starting to pick up. And Banjo's knocking my table that I have you propped up on. Come here, Banjo. That's kind of nice that we're going to get to listen to the rain for a minute. Yes, I'm going to clean. I'm definitely going to clean, right? I'm gonna. And then I am either gonna listen to my audiobook, or I'm gonna put on Sierra Schultz again, or put on Miss Remy Ashton on TV, because Miss Remy Ashton and Sierra Schultz are both like my two favorite vloggers. When I say favorite vloggers, I mean I've watched them since before Carter was born. So at least 6 years. I was pregnant with him while I was watching them, I think. So probably 7 years. I love them. And so now I'm watching them to analyze their vlogging more, right? Like Vanessa Lau said to do, just to make my shots more interesting and more dynamic. I know that I should be picking you up and like taking you around and like talking and stuff, but I feel like I still have so many cuts I have to put in there that it's so jarring, because we did a practice vlog and I was moving the camera around and talking. My poor husband had to chop it up so much, or CapCut chopped it up so much, because I was saying all the time and saying like or but, starting all of my sentences like that. It's harder than you would think, but I think as I keep talking, the more comfortable I'll get and the better I'll get at like picking you up and walking around. See how I said like again? I'll get better. So I'm gonna be cleaning the house and watching them probably, because I have been listening to my audiobook. What's this one? Oh, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I kind of gave a little bit of a brief overview of the introduction, what I was thinking about the introduction in my last vlog. I finished his first law, and I've started into the second law, because he's got these 4 laws that he goes through about how to make habits. But it's more of like a car thing, right? I like being able to look at the TV. So I'll probably have the girls on there, and then I'll save Mr. James Clear for the car rides, which will be awesome. 2 birds, 2 stones. But at least they're both getting done at some point. Yeah, other than that, I don't know what we're going to do. It looks like we're not going to be going to the pool at any point. I know the boys want us to watch them. Maybe I'll try to do a fun thing here, or maybe I'll check to see if the public library is open. But I really guess they shouldn't be, since it's a holiday. We shall see where the day takes us. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and then I am going to regrettably clean. Okay. Well, since the house is clean and we're having spaghetti for dinner and it's a holiday, I thought, oh, fancy dinner night. I've been wanting to have fancy dinner night. So I rummaged through like some of my stuff. Actually, I didn't even plan on it being a 4th of July like themed thing. But then I started looking at my ribbons and stuff. Started going through the ones that I already have pre-cut. The ribbons I like to use around my table linens. I actually got these table linens at Goodwill the other day. I found a set of 6 of them, I think, or maybe it's just 4. I think it's just 4. A set of 4 of them, but it was $3.49 for the whole set. And I have some other linens because I don't really like to use paper napkins whenever it's a fancy dinner night. So I have a variety of linens, but most of them are light colored. And I really don't like doing spaghetti on light colored linens, but spaghetti screams fancy dinner night. So I've been using them anyways and just biting the bullet. But then I found these and I thought, oh, how perfect. So we'll use these tonight. And then I mentioned the ribbons. So the ribbons I use to tie around the linens. I have these like already pre-cut. I have like this ivory color, which is pretty. I also thought, maybe the green would look nice. It's like a foresty green color, which actually really is pretty with the green from a lot of the greenery that I have. I found these at a garage sale. I got the whole bag for like $3 or $5 or something, and it came with 6 of these really long ones. And I'll show you what I do with all these in just a minute and how it all comes together. But as I was looking through the ribbons, I thought, let me see what else I have, because I have a whole bag full of ribbon that I use for this stuff, or if I'm going to be doing like a pretty baby blanket or some sort of gift for somebody that could use a nice ribbon around it. But then I found this. Look at how perfectly pretty this is. This is the perfect like sky blue, dusty blue that's not too baby blue and not too royal blue. And I thought, oh my goodness, I also found this perfect candle holder that has a star kind of on it. It's glass. It's beautiful. It's hollow at the bottom underneath. And it looks almost even like it went on top of something, but I don't know. I didn't see anything like that around it. But I found this for $3 at Goodwill. I buy these taper candles in bulk from Hobby Lobby for pretty cheap. I just use these white ones as default while I leave it over there on display while I'm not using it. But so I also keep other candles on hand too in case I want to use something else. I found these I found these brighter reds, and then I found these maroons. And I was going back and forth. I pulled these out initially and held it next to the linen, but it's just so bright. I think I don't necessarily want to use this. This is like way darker, you know, definitely maroon. These are definitely red. And I have these. I found these, and that is a little bit darker, but still not quite right. I pulled those out, got inspired. Now I'm trying to decide between what chargers I want to do, because we just took the tablecloth off of here, and the other tablecloths I have don't necessarily go with everything, and I wanted to use some chargers tonight because I do have some new ones. These are my new ones. I found, how many of these? I found 9 of these, all at Goodwill, all like pristine condition. This I'll just cut off. But I found 4 of these for $4.99. $4.99 for 8. And then this one was by itself for $1.99. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just keep one as backup. This table only seats 6 anyways, but it's nice to have extras on hand, because I do have 2 bar stools that people can sit at, and 6 isn't necessarily big enough for our entire family. And then I also have these gold ones. I only have 6 of these. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and they're pretty, but they are super reflective. They're just plasticky. Whereas this is like, I don't know, almost a straw sort of material, very natural material. I'm leaning towards wanting to use my new ones, to be honest. So for the centerpiece, we have our candles. I do think I'm going to go white because we have the red right here. I think I'm going to go white candles. I think I'm going to go maroon linens, obviously. And I'm going to do the blue ribbon around. And that'll give us our red, white, and blue. And then I thought these were my 2 choices for my centerpiece. So I definitely want to use the candelabra. I definitely want to use this greenery. But I don't know if I want to use this that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was $12.99 and probably on sale. So this with this under it. hard to picture, but you'll see it all come together. And then like this on top. And then I also thought maybe we could do extras. I have some little extra candle holders. Oh, that's kind of nice, isn't it? Or is that too much and too distracting? I don't know. So see, this is why I have to see it all come together. But the two options for the centerpieces, the high-rise one or this basket. My mom gave me this basket for an Easter basket. We like to put the like Easter grass in here and then the candy and stuff. So this was the Easter basket. I think she got this at Goodwill too, which so smart. That's a life hack. And then I usually put the greenery like inside and then tuck the candles in there where it's kind of like that. But then you can see like our pretty centerpiece. I wish it had something to prop it up. Let me see what I can do and we'll see what we come up with. But I do think we're off to a great start for a holiday sort of fancy dinner night. Now, when I say fancy dinner night, it's just the fancy table setting. I'm going to be looking like this. I haven't washed my hair today. My kids will probably be in their underwear, and then my husband is probably going to be in his PJs, or actually he usually dresses a little bit nicer. Guys have it so easy where they just wear jeans and a shirt or wear like nice shorts and a shirt, and it's like, wow, you look so put together. So I'm going to finish cooking. I'm going to get this stuff together. I'm going to cut the ribbons, and then we will see it all come together. So let's see. Okay, and how I'm going to do the table linens is I fold them in half like this and make a triangle. And then I'm going to fold each of these corners in to meet the middle point, just like this. And then I'm going to fold these two corners in to meet the middle, just to make them a little bit more like, I don't know, rectangle-y on the side. So it'll look something like that. That's the back. This is the front so far. And then I'm going to take my ribbon. And I like the the little tassel-y part, so the parts that's not the flat, you know, to be at the bottom. And this is all part of the top fold. I'm going to go ahead and face this back down. Make sure it's in the middle of the ribbon. And then you're just going to tie a bow. And I like to scooch it up just a little bit higher. And so you're going to want to make sure that the folds go towards the back. So I'm just going to roll that backwards. And then I'm going to get a little snug, make it tight. So it's going to look like this right now. That is not even, right? That's okay. I'll just roll it around. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then you're just going to fluff out the little bows, the little ears of the ribbon. Pretty and perky for you. And it'll look something like this. And the centerpiece is looking a little bit plain to me. I do think I want to do something to spice it up a little bit. I like to decorate with crystals, and I do think I have a blue crystal that maybe I could add to it in the front to embellish it a little bit. And then I have some red roses that are already dried that are from my last Thanksgiving with my aunt before she passed away. And I think that could be really pretty because right now it's looking a little bit boring. Maybe I'll add the plates to it and then see what I can add in terms of on here. This is my china. It's really pretty. I got it from my grandma. Whenever she moved, she gave her whole collection to me. And actually, these are really special because these are my great-grandmother, so her mom's. And funny story, she said that her mom used to get these when she would go to the grocery store, that if you spent a certain amount of money, they would give you a piece of the set. And so eventually she ended up collecting the whole set. So I have the little plates. I have the plates with the little lip around it so you can put the resting bowl in there for dips or something like that. That's perfect. And then I just place my napkin setting right on top. And then this is my silver. I love my silver, but I don't know a good way to clean them, which is so frustrating because I would love to collect like a whole silver set or a whole silver like collection with the big dome and stuff like that. But I don't know how to clean it very well. And I don't like looking at it when it has spots on it or anything like that. I like it to be nice and shiny. I feel like it's a bit of a distraction from the beautiful filigree that's at the bottom. And that makes me not want to use it, to be honest. And I have a set of 4 of these pretty glasses. They're so nice. I love collecting wine glasses like this and different kind of glasses. I only put them with mine and my husband's spots. And this is what I use for our water cups. This is from my mother. I think they're really pretty. But I don't have a full set, and the ones I do have aren't perfect. Like this one's chipped. So this is what I'll let one of the kids use. We'll save the nice ones for us. But I still want them to be able to use them because I want them to feel like they're a part of it. You know what I mean? And if some are already broken, then what's the harm, right? And actually, I'm a part of this pretty table setting group on Facebook. And if you put on there a picture of these, a lot of them will tell you what it is, what collection it's from, and where you can get it so you can look it up on eBay or something easier. And then for the table setting, so this looks a little bit boring to me. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to turn it this way. And then I mentioned that I have these extra candle holders. I've had a bunch of these. These are all from Hobby Lobby, but I'm going to put them on either side, and then look what I found. I found a red and blue candle. How perfect is that? And then to put around it, I'm not really 100% sure. I thought about putting some roses. And then I have dried roses, like dried rose petals, or I have some whole ones, but the whole ones are kind of fragile. Then I thought, well, maybe tea lights. I think that looks so nice. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks like the 4th of July. Too bad we're not having hot dogs or hamburgers. I do have stuff for hamburgers, but I thought spaghetti sounded so much better. I think it looks so good. Let me show you up close. Here it is. I think it came together so nicely. Red, white, and blue. I think all the colors complement each other really well. And I like the way the greenery fits in. It gives it a nice pop. The next day, it's Saturday. It is raining cats and dogs, and it has been raining nonstop since yesterday. Actually, as a matter of fact, this storm is like a huge storm and is causing a bunch of flash flooding here in Texas. And my goodness. And I'm not supposed to be working today. However, I am coming into town anyways, and I had one person that really needed a haircut, so I thought, okay, let me go ahead and do that. Now, I didn't really account for it to be storming like this because I really don't like getting out in the rain, but he needs it done for a specific reason, so that's cool. But I got my brown sugar shaken oat milk espresso for the day. I've got my bacon sausage egg wrap. These are my favorites. That is good. I don't know if you've ever had this, but it is so good. It's got sausage, bacon, egg, and it's not too crispy. I don't really like when they overdo it and like the edges are all burnt and the whole top section is like all tortilla. You know what I mean? But, oh, and it has potatoes in it, I think, which is my favorite part. I normally don't like egg, but this one's really good. I have to say, I loved the way that our table turned out last night. I thought it was so beautiful. I love the little tea lights around it. And then I always turn the lights off whenever we're eating by candlelight. And so it's so, like, the flames were just glistening and it really highlighted the red, white, and blue. And then we sat, obviously the kids were there, and so we talked about the story of how America came about, what year it started. We talked about George Washington and picked their brains about everything that they already knew. That was a lot of fun. So we told them about how the Americans, they were British and how they came over here, and then they decided they didn't want to pay taxes. My husband's such a good storyteller. It was so cute listening to him do it, like tell the story. But I had issues like recording the whole thing yesterday. I had to redo some of the parts a couple of times, and that was really annoying. I'm telling you, I am not a technology person. If it has more than like an on-off switch, I usually cannot deal with it. It's so frustrating for me. So this whole thing is like a miracle. If it weren't for Huey doing all the editing for me, there's no way I could make this happen. I'm just the talker. But yeah, so I have this one haircut and beard trim. and I have grocery pickup, and I was planning on running inside to grab some things for the shop, but man, if it's gonna be raining like this, it really stops me from wanting to do a lot. But grocery pickup, go home, hang out with my kids. We need to play the Pokemon Monopoly board game today because I promised them yesterday, but then we never got a chance to play. My two kids played with each other, but I didn't get a chance to play with them. We didn't get a chance to play as a family. And with it storming like this, it'd be perfect board game weather. And then I thought I would sit down with y'all while I do some self-care stuff. I was gonna paint my toenails, paint my fingernails. Like, if you see, I only had this one thumbnail painted right now because I was testing out the color the other day that I got from Five Below. When I usually don't even like having nail polish on my fingernails. I usually just like keeping them nicely shaped. But I was going to paint my toenails. I thought about doing a self-tan maybe because I did an everything shower this morning. And it's summer and I have nothing else to do. And I'm only a little tan at summer right now, but I just never really have a foundation that matches exactly perfect. It's fine. But we'll see how the day goes. Either way, I've got my coffee. I've got my food. I've got this peppy spirit. Okay, time to go. I officially finished that haircut and beard trim, so now I have grocery pickup to 11, grocery pickups between 11:30 and 12, but I think I'm just gonna head on over there and see if they can get me in early. I'm back. I got some sourdough delivered. I have my iced coffee, got my dog, and I've done quite a few things that I needed to do today. So I mentioned I needed to go to the grocery store. I did get that done, except I had some issues with trying to get the beer because I only had a picture of my driver's license. I didn't have my actual driver's license. So that's a little bit frustrating because I needed to have the beer for tomorrow because I've been meaning to get the beer for a while for the shop and just haven't done it yet. In Texas, they have a law that you can't buy alcohol before noon on Sunday. I start cutting hair at 9, so I have to be at the shop at 8. I wouldn't mind stopping at HEB beforehand, but I wouldn't be able to buy the alcohol anyways. It looks like I'm just going to be short on beer a little bit at work. And I don't really know if I want to get out. It's already almost 5 p.m. I still wanted to try to get a little bit of meal prepping done, but I just got this bread delivered from a new girl who makes sourdough in my town. And sourdough is literally my favorite because it's perfect to take on the go with me. It's like hearty enough. And a lot of times I get like inclusions added in. This one's supposed to be green onion and Gouda, which I do think I taste the onion. I just thought I would see chunks of the onion, but that's just kind of what I'm used to. Everybody does it differently. I've had 2 separate sourdough girls here recently over the past like year and a half. And I loved the first one so much. She would do a lot of fun things for me. She would do, what's it called? She would do like a pickle one where she would do cuts up like chunks of pickles and then she would use the pickle juice instead of the water, I think. Oh my God, it was so good. I literally still dream about it. And then she would also do sun-dried tomato and Parmesan or jalapeno cheddar. So that girl moved, which was such a bummer. She moved to New York. But I had a different girl who I went to high school with actually, and she was doing sourdough. I think that she was just getting overwhelmed because I think she was having a lot of orders. I don't know how many other sourdough girls there are around here, but I was having a hard time finding people. So I finally found this new girl. She said she just started selling them, and I'm excited. She said she is open to trying inclusion. So hopefully I can just strengthen this bond with her and get her to do the pickle one for me. That would be honestly a dream. And I did mention that I wanted to have a self-care day a little bit. So I definitely need to paint my toenails. They're chipping quite a bit. And I always wear sandals at work and I just can't stand looking at it. I feel like people judge me. And I got 2 different colors of nail polish here recently when I went shopping the other day in the last vlog. And this is a new, oh, my fingers are gonna end up smelling like nail polish remover. And that means that I'm gonna end up tasting nail polish remover because I am still gonna eat my sourdough. But this is a new nail polish remover too. I don't know, I've never had like issues with nail polish remover before in the past, but besides this one thing that I used, it was like no acetone and it didn't work for anything. So now I'm skeptical, but this one says it's a professional one, so we'll see. But as far as my self-care day goes, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my self-tanning and stuff like that in. Honestly, it's already kind of late. It's already 5 o'clock and I'd rather like use the rest of my energy to work out or maybe even go for a walk. I don't know. Actually, that sounds kind of nice. But I don't want to chip my freshly painted toenails. So we'll have to see about that. But I was watching Sierra Schulte's new video. Well, actually, I don't know how new it is, but it was like her answering Q&As about the Couch to 5K thing, the actual program Couch to 5K. But she mentioned that really it should be called Couch to 30 minutes because it's supposed to get you running that 3.1 miles in 30 minutes. She said that honestly, it's better if you just get used to doing the interval training or doing it in intervals instead of going from 0 to nothing or overdoing yourself. She said it's a good way to learn how to do that, but then you can just add on. Instead of forcing yourself to get faster and faster, you can like just add on the additional mileage if you're like at a pace that you're comfortable with. I think she's running like a 12-minute mile, a 12.5-minute mile, or she's gotten faster. It's like right at 12 or under now for a lot of them. And she's up to running 7 miles at a time. Like, that's crazy. I think that's a little ambitious, but the most I've ever run at one time was when I was at my peak fitness. I was running long distances more often. I was even doing like some HIIT training and stuff, which is the high intensity interval training where you do like these sprints. You do sprints for as fast as you can for like 30 seconds and then you walk for 30 seconds. Or you sprint for as long as you can for a minute and then you walk for a minute. But those are actually very intense. But yeah, at that point, I think I was like, I don't know, 18 years old and I was, had plenty of time on my hands to do stuff like that. But we'll see. Maybe I will go tonight. I'm tired of just talking about it. I'm not one of those people that likes to just talk about something and never actually do it. And then I did also want to try to do a little mini lazy girl workout here too. Except Huey, he just got us this new inversion table that he got on auction. So the story is that we were garage sailing and we saw this guy's, like, we obviously saw into somebody's garage and he had these 2 nice garage shelving units that matched. And Huey was like, hey man, those are really nice. Where'd you get them? And he's like, oh, thanks man. I got them on auction actually for $50 each. And those shelving units were probably at least like $250 each. You know, those shelving units are pretty expensive. But so he started looking up auctions around here and we've actually bought from them twice before. So the last time he got me these beautiful red shoes and this gorgeous red dress. He said he went into the closet and looked at my shoe size and bought them for me for $5. And they're so comfortable. They're nice and squishy. And then I also got this gold mirror. I don't know if y'all have seen it or not, but I got this gold mirror that's 21 inches wide and I think it said like 60 inches tall. We got that for like $27.50 or something like that. When I know that was probably $89.99 or $100, $129, something like that. And then we also got these 2 nice shelves that I have in our bathroom. They are 32 inches wide, so 3 feet that way. And then they're at least, I think they're 8 inches or 10 inches deep, which is really nice because I can fit 2 toilet paper rolls back to back. And then they're about, I don't know, 2 inches deep like this. So, or this way, whatever that is. But they're nice big shelves, and I'd like to get some for our other bathroom too, because they add so much more storage space. And that's actually something that our house is missing. I love our house, but we don't have a ton of storage, especially in our bathroom and in our closet. In our bathroom, our master bathroom is shaped kind of weird to where it'd be really hard to get like an armoire or something in there. And I would want something that had doors on it because I don't like things being exposed and sitting out if they don't look pretty. And not all of our towels match and stuff. And I don't want to have to like get rid of all of our towels and get only matching towels. I'd rather get a nice armoire that I can close the doors and it look nice. I just don't know exactly where we would put it. Maybe we'll be able to work something into closet redo one day. I don't know. I don't normally go for blues, but I thought, oh, it could be pretty. I felt kind of inspired. I don't know, but I think I'm going to go with the pink. Well, so as far as the storage goes for our house, I don't know if y'all remember that cream colored ottoman in our bedroom. I showed it where I was putting the weight away a little bit earlier, but I got that idea from Pinterest actually. So I was redoing our bedroom not too long ago. This is our master bedroom, and that's usually how I'll do it. I'll pick something that has the wall color that I like and the like color tones that I like, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna make it look like that. But so one of the things that all of the pictures I liked that had in common was that they had an ottoman at the edge of their bed. And I didn't have it at first, but it like really helps complete the picture or complete the room. And so I ended up caving and getting one. And I'm so glad I did because it offers so much storage. While I was looking on Amazon, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get one that opens, right? And I keep my weights in there, my little like 10-pound weight, because that really, like, this sounds so dumb, but that makes a difference in like if I'm going to work out or not, is if I have to go upstairs to all of our workout stuff. Because we have a good amount of workout things upstairs, but I don't always want to go up there, right? So I keep those in there and my 10-pound weights in there. I keep all my little back massagers in there. I keep, what else? Oh, my bands, like for stretching. I don't use those as much. Maybe I could. But the important thing is those weights and those body massagers. Because those body massagers I love having, but I don't know where I would put them. And they're not exactly the prettiest thing to look at. So I don't want them just on display for everybody. That has been the perfect spot. And it offers an additional place for the kids to sit when they're in our room instead of just being on the bed with us. And same for this chair and this ottoman. Because we don't always want them right on top of us, but they want to be in the room. So that has been kind of eye-opening in terms of room design for me. I didn't realize that having additional places to sit would make your room so much more utilitarian. Is that the word to say? I don't know. But yeah, you're able to use so much more of your space. I guess people like to have a place to sit. But I'm going to finish this up, put a top coat on, maybe do a little bit of meal prepping. I got some sausage and I got some stuff to make this like healthy street corn. So maybe I'll make that tonight or maybe I'll make it tomorrow. Either way, I do think that this will probably be the end of this vlog. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing me set the table and kind of the process that I go through, because I know like you can see those table settings and be like, oh, where do I start? But really, I just kind of go with the flow. Sometimes I like it more than others, and that's okay. It's just for us. Okay, well, thank y'all so much for watching. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And don't forget to smash that like button and punch the subscribe button and type in the comment section and then hit send and then hit share and share it with people and then do the notification bell. Okay, I'll stop. Peace.